At the height of its global influence, the Dutch colonial empire spanned continents and encompassed a vast network of territories, trading posts, and outposts that stretched from the Americas to Asia and Africa. This far-reaching colonial enterprise, which lasted for over 3 centuries, was a testament to the Dutch Republic's prowess in trade, maritime power, and strategic vision. The origins of the Dutch colonial empire can be traced back to the late 16th century, when the Netherlands, having recently gained independence from Spain, began to assert its presence on the global stage. Driven by a desire to break the Iberian monopoly on trade routes and resources, the Dutch set their sights on establishing a commercial network that would rival the Spanish and Portuguese empires. The first major step in this direction came in 1602 with the founding of the Dutch East India Company, a powerful trading corporation that would become the backbone of the Dutch colonial enterprise. Armed with a royal charter and a mandate to expand Dutch commercial interests, the Dutch East India Company quickly established a presence in Asia, setting up trading posts and fortified settlements in key locations such as Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and the Malacca Strait. As the 17th century progressed, the Dutch colonial footprint continued to grow. In 1652, the Dutch established a permanent settlement at the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa, which would serve as a vital stopover point for ships traveling to and from the East Indies. Over the following decades, the Dutch also expanded their presence in the Americas, with the establishment of colonies in Suriname, Guyana, and the Caribbean islands of Curaçao, Aruba, and Sint Maarten. The Dutch colonial empire's reach was not limited to the tropics, however. In North America, the Dutch established the colony of New Netherland, which included the area that would eventually become New York City, as well as parts of New Jersey, Delaware, and Connecticut. This foothold in the New World, though short-lived, would have a lasting impact on the region's cultural and linguistic landscape. Across the globe, the Dutch colonial empire was characterized by a pragmatic, trade-focused approach, with the Dutch East India Company and other chartered companies playing a central role in the acquisition and administration of overseas territories. Unlike the more expansionist colonial models of Spain and Britain, the Dutch tended to favor the establishment of fortified trading posts and factories over the creation of large, contiguous colonial domains. This strategy, while effective in generating wealth and commercial dominance, also had its limitations. Many of the Dutch colonies remained relatively small and isolated, with limited integration of their hinterlands and surrounding regions. The Dutch also faced periodic challenges from rival colonial powers, particularly Britain, which would eventually wrest control of several key Dutch possessions. The decline of the Dutch colonial empire began in the late 18th century, as the Netherlands fell under the sway of the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic regimes. During this period, the British seized control of several Dutch colonies, including the Cape Colony, Ceylon, and parts of Guyana. The Dutch East Indies, however, remained under Dutch control and would continue to be a vital part of the colonial empire well into the 20th century. Despite the eventual loss of many of its overseas territories, the legacy of the Dutch colonial empire continues to be felt around the world. From the Dutch-influenced architecture and place names found in Indonesia and the Caribbean, to the enduring cultural and linguistic ties between the Netherlands and its former colonies, the imprint of Dutch colonialism remains a significant and complex part of global history. As the world grapples with the ongoing legacies of imperialism, the story of the Dutch colonial empire serves as a reminder of the profound and often contentious impact that colonial powers can have on the societies and regions they seek to control. It is a legacy that continues to shape the modern world, for better or for worse.